Good afternoon, everyone. So, hope everyone's having a good day here. This is just a testing video. I'm mainly trying to figure out how to do something. About 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, I had my first episode of the Knockout. The show I invented that combined Kamagoris with boxing in a way. I had two sides going up against each other. I had me against a boy who had 7. We argued Amazing Spider-Man versus Superior Spider-Man, and who was the better person, who would win the fight. And so he who was the better person, who would win the fight? There we go. Now I got me up on my iPad so I can see. But who would win the fight? So I had the argument, who would go with it. So but I wasn't able to do evidence like I was last time, where I brought pictures up and all that. So now I'm trying to experiment now. So this is just a Hangout testing video. So anyone here's welcome to stop by and chat. Whereas I'm trying to do some figuring out. Let's share that. There we go. Well, there's some of what it is. Okay, well, I'm going to try and bring up this one, but I'm going to close down that. How to do it, though? It infuriates me to no end. Well, on the bright side, I might have to just do it like this. So, well, at least I'll be able to have some evidence this time around. So let's see if I can figure out a way to screen it. How to do it. But yeah, I see some people have joined us, so welcome. I mean, I see you watching. No comments yet, so feel free to pop in, say something, Hey, James Watson, how's it going? How's life across the pond? How are things going over there? I know you guys are writing out. I know, at least I know how your government is was responding to coronavirus is a lot better than how ours was. At least the federal government. States can be good or bad. Let's see. Let me try this. No. There we go. We'll try it this way for right now. See what it has to say about that. Still not doing what I want it to do. Well, if I have to do it this way, it's one way to do it. Picture won't be as big as I want it to be, but it's a lot better than it was before, and it's a way to argue it. So at least it's working now. Or at least I say I figured out a way to do it. So who do you think would win this fight? Ultra Goku versus Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's about to be skinned. Can't wait to get that in the mail. Really excited to see that cover. This is by an artist. He's on Instagram. The Dominic Glover. you know. So this is a print that I bought from him. Yeah, it is. I bought I believe I bought it $60 at the time. I'm not sure if it went. It had there was a sale earlier. I think it was a Memorial Day sale, but I don't know if it's gone back up or not. But yeah, this is a print that I bought. So really, really cool. That's what my ASM1 will look like after I get it back from CGC. Oh, not CGC, PGX. Right now it's a NG from CGC, but I want the reproduction cover on it, not it because it's a coverless book, but I want a cover on it like that, not only to protect the book underneath it, but to make it look presentable. So that's what the grade it will come back. You know, I did a little fun Photoshop editing. And speaking of art, here's my latest painting, a reproduction cover of ASM 33. Water's different than in the on the Indicos, but I actually like it. I mean, I've never done water really before, and so this was a very, very successful attempt, you know. And I like how the colors of the water look down here. You know, it looks really, really cool. Oop, what'd I do? I made a boo-boo somehow. Let's fix the boo-boo. I do not know what I did. Come back! In trying to minimize something, I did a little bit too much of a oopsie. Well, like I said, at least I got it to work. And so it will do what I want it to do, so. Yeah, I think so too. Some things are different. That's slightly smaller than it was in the picture, I think. But then again, I had to crop out some of the picture. This portion of the cover, you know, is not there because the canvas obviously is not a comic book size and all that, you know. So I had to figure out how to shorten it. So I included what was important. So I think this is a panel from Amazing Spider-Man, I think 535 or 534. I saw this very panel pop up after these riots. Hey Max, how's it going? But I saw these a couple of these panel pictures pop up after the riots on Floyd's death and the protesting against the cops and what they did. So I wonder if this is where they got it for Civil War, you know, that when Peggy Carter's niece Sharon is giving Peggy's eulogy and he's deciding whether or not to sign this Sokovian Accords. So it's definitely very moving. So yeah, love my art, love how I did, but I'm still nowhere near as good as some other people like this person was. This is a guy on Instagram. I love how he did that. I mean, that is gorgeous. Definitely gorgeous. So there, I figured it out. At least I figured out a way to do something, so now I know what to do. So the Knockout episode 2 will be on Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be me versus Southern Comic Geek, and we are arguing the Fantastic Four versus X-Men Gold. You know, he wanted to do the X-Men, so, you know, so, well, you have to pick a certain group of X-Men and all that. You can't just have everybody in the known universe, so we're having that smaller group of X-Men Gold versus the Fantastic Four. and who would be the better fight. So, hey, should I pull the trigger on an ASM 33 8.0 but create off-white pages? How much are they asking for it? Or how much is it for? Because honestly, I mean, I know some people are certain on how they do that. I mean, if you ask Matt, the boy who had 7, he is, 9.8 white pages, 7.5, or a 5.0. I mean, that's his collecting period. So I mean, if it's a early silver age, or gold age, silver age or golden age, it's like a 5.0 is whatever. If it's bronze or kind of a thing, I'm not sure how he did it. He explained it. Well, someone explained it, but 475. Honestly, I would do it if that seems like a good price to you. I mean, I don't. Like I said, when it comes to me, I mean, you're talking to somebody. You're talking to somebody who has. Let me just bring me on for a second here. You're talking to someone who has a coverless Amazing Spider-Man #1. Okay, I bought it for $15.75. So I'm not going to get a $15.75 ASM1, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 for $1,500. I mean, I don't have to have a damn lucky deal. But I have for $25, I bought a repro cover. I'm going to be cracking it at some point, sending it out to PGX. It's going to come back as 0.5, but it's going to look like this. And I know it's coverless. It won't be a hey 9.8 now because of the cover, but it's good for me. I mean, also back there I have a Marvel milestone reprint of ASM 129 9.6 CGC that I just opened yesterday. Some people, I can't do reprints or I can't do coverless, and that's perfectly acceptable. For me, I want the book, and a reprint is good enough to have it in the collection. It's like wanting to go out when things are shut down, and so you had a small group over, if parents over, and you got to hang out. I mean, it's like having the Zoom chats with people in the community or StreamYard here. We can't go out face to face with things shut down or as they were to protect try and kill the coronavirus and shut it down and all that. But talking face to face on StreamYard is a way to hang out and communicate and be part of each other's lives still. So off-white to cream pages don't matter at all. If I could have that, if I wanted that book an 8.0 or better, and that was the best price for it, I would get it. Because, I mean, off-white to white pages, great to have, but who knows if it's going to be more expensive. And plus, in the future here, if you buy that for $475 and you sell it in 5 years for $200 more because the value goes up or something, you can always sell that book for $475 again, and for an extra $200 buy one that has off-white to white pages. It's just a upgrade, so. And like I said, being in Europe, you don't have so many choices, so it's up to you. But if it was me, the color of the pages don't really matter, as long as they're not falling apart, that's my as long as they're not brittle. Yeah, just the thing is, the prices matter to me. Just a chance for getting one if you don't have so many choices. Yeah, and like I said, you talk about that. Here's mine. Like I said, not the best shape, should I say. There's a bend here, a little bit of a subscription crease. It's torn. Oops, it's torn a little bit right here, about an inch in, worn on this, worn around the edges, pretty worn on the side. Cover still attached, but the cover is presentable to me. I'd fully expect a 2.0, 1.5 if I sent it in to CGC. But it looks good to me, and it didn't matter. A little out of focus. Yeah. Yeah, still a good-looking copy. 40 from 800. Oh, are you talking about... what exactly are you talking about, Meta? I'm a little confused. Yeah, the colors are not that faded. So like I said, and I keep it in, and I got it in the top loader here. So I just keep it in the top loader here for better protection because it doesn't matter to me. So I bought it at a good price. I think I bought it for about, I want to say it was no more than 150. I want to say I bought it for around 100, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. So that's my sense. And damn, why did my camera do that? That's better. Ah, cool. Thank you. That makes sense. I was like 40 from 800. I'll sell it to you for 800 or 760. So, oh yeah. But anyway, yeah. So here it is right here. And I guess I can always do the full screen layout. No, I want this to be bigger. There we go. So I got it figured out mostly here. So that's, yeah, pretty good. Just have it figured out. Me and my son ice skating. So not exactly what I wanted to do, but this is I think I had in mind, but at least now I can have the evidence that I want. Hey, Mighty Comics, how's it going? Good to see you. Well, yeah, I can't click on it because I'm covering up the StreamYard chat, but yeah, congratulations, Max. I would, it's a great book to have in that grade, you know. And then 8.0, it's in pretty good, you know. There's minor things wrong with it, but it's a lot better presentable than the other one. Yep, and you can still upgrade or crack, you know, crack it or slab it or possibly press it, you know, if it has pressable defects. This is my favorite TV show as a kid. I think I loved Dragon Ball Z. When they turned Super Saiyan, it was so cool. I loved Goku. In fact, Goku was one of the first arguments I had as a kid was who's going to win the fight, Goku versus Superman, you know? Where I always argued for Goku because Goku always broke his limits and got stronger. Superman never had the full strength, or Superman always had a limit, something that he could get no stronger than this. But Goku, he never had any limit. So again, these are both pictures by the Dominic Glover on Instagram. He makes beautiful, you know, drawings on how I don't know how he does it or what program he uses, but he does several of these. You know, he made the print that I bought that's hanging up right up here above my computer. So, yep. So I'm glad I got it figured out. So at least now I can have some photo evidence to prove why the Fantastic Four is stronger than X-Men Team Gold when I go up against Southern Comic Geek on Thursday night. So looking forward to that. So it'll be a lot of fun. Me and Boy at 7 had our fun in episode 1 with ASM versus Superior Spider-Man. So it was a total victory for me and Amazing Spider-Man. So this one will be a lot harder for me because I'm not as passionate about Fantastic Four as I am about Spider-Man, and so it'll be a little harder for me to argue that, especially since I know it's really hard. It's really easy to argue against someone you understand. When I don't fully get X-Men or what they can do and what they got, it's a little less likely to get. So, does anyone out there know any good storylines or comic books, that I can use to help me in my argument of why the Fantastic Four would beat X-Men, Team Gold, Colossus, Jean Grey, Storm, Iceman. There's another one, Archangel. I think that's it. But yeah, does anyone know any good storylines or comics that I could look up, or hell, even give me a good argument on why the Fantastic Four are better than X-Men Team Gold? I have a couple of comics that I was gonna use as an example. Part of that being the recent X-Men and Fantastic Four books, that 4-part one that came out. Well, no worries. Like I said, some of my arguments are going to be based around the first comic of the recent stuff. So anyway, like I said, I don't have the greatest knowledge. In fact, most of it's going to be, well, this guy can fly. He can, this guy can fly, so he can fly off against him. So it's just a matter of common sense arguing. So got it to work out. Close that out. All right. I think that's pretty much done. I don't have anything else I have to figure out. And, anyone have any other, while I'm here, anyone have anything you want to talk about and discuss? I heard yesterday the whole DC broke up with Diamond. So, they are completely going to not distribute there. Yeah, that's definitely true. And that was part of the thing I had too. I know Reed Richards is smart, so a smart person can do a lot. The technology Reed Richards, the Fantastic Four, can use. So could definitely go. Well, he can invent a weather machine and shut down Storm. Invent another machine and melt Iceman. Tie him up in front of a heater, and say it'd be Puddle Man. Hey, good boy. My dogs are in here. Good boy. All right. Nothing else to add. Oh, what? I gave you a little attention. Now you want more. I don't think so. I think for the sake of the argument, for the sake of the argument and all that, I think the ground rules are it's the Fantastic Four, plus what kind of parents would Sue and Richard be if they let their kids fight, Although I could argue as a technicality that Franklin Richards, being the most powerful mutant to ever be alive, can create entire universes through the when we did in the Future Foundation and whatnot, and early on that with Franklin Richards on the Fantastic Four side, there's not a argument that the Fantastic Four X-Men could throw up against him. Goodbye. Yep. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and sign off out here. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Congratulations, Max. You're going to do pull the trigger on that ASM 33. Hit make sure if you're on, I think you're on Instagram, post that up there and tag me up. I'd love to see the cover when it comes in, because I'm sure in 8.0 it's in good shape. And Mighty Comics, thank you for showing up. James, if you're still here, good day. I hope you have a good weekend over there in England. I think you're in England, so. And yep, Metaphorical, if you're still here, thank you for coming. And the Gray Man, another mate from across the pond. Welcome, Gray Man. Yeah, Frank. Definitely. I might have to. Hey, We Love Comics. Thank you very much. How's it going, Chris? Thank you very much for showing up. I was just having a little bit of a, setup here. I was trying to figure out a little, how to show, share a picture you know, because I'm doing a little show on Thursday night called The Knockout, you know, create it for an argument on who would win. Well, thank you, thank you. I figure I like to keep my hair cut short because I'm too lazy to style it. I'd rather just go to this. I'd rather just, you know, give my wife the razor and say, and just say, cut it off. You know, gonna go bald one of these days anyway. Might as well get used to having little hair. Oh, yeah. Well, it's this one over here. Here it is. Like I said, it's a reprint. But then again, like I said, I don't have to. I'm not that particular on how my thing is. One of these days here, when I complete my collection of ASM 1 to 8, you know, to current, I will go back through my collection and take reprints like this and upgrade them to originals. You know, like I said, so one of these days here, you know, I'll get a real ASM 129. You know, in fact, I've almost done it once or twice, but I held off because it wasn't the right time for certain deals, you know, or certain, you know, I had to wash my money or I had to be there. So, like I said, that's what I did. So, my style is I don't care if it's reprints, second prints, or original prints. If it's in my collection, it's in my collection. And yes, like I said, one of these days here, I'll get a real cover to cover, you know, ASM1, or not ASM1, but Amazing Fantasy 15 instead of the single page. But in the meantime, I have a page. You know, like you do, I think it was, which one was it? Was it? Which one was it? Was it a Captain America #1 that you had? I don't know, you had something. I remember it was you know, you said it was, I think you said you were inspired by what I did or something like that. So, hey, Thom, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, a page more. And like I said, so I have a single page and I have a coverless ASM1. You know, how many people have an ASM1 coverless or not? You know, raise your hand, you know, kind of a thing. So it is what it is. But yeah, on Thursday night, I'll be doing the Knockout episode 2, where I argue Fantastic Four versus. Now I have a way to share pictures. Oh, you had to ask. It was. Actually, it's easier to get to this time. Okay. Yeah. My first, the first appearance of Green Goblin. This thing is in rough shape. Spider-Man was, let me see, right here, basically cut out and taped back on. This part of the ASM logo was basically cut off and taped back on. And it is 2 large pieces. Yeah, the 2 large pieces reattached to cover with tape, panel reattached to page 3. You know, it was cut out, the piece was cut out and taped back on. Pages 3, 10, and 11 was what happened. Large panel cut out of 12, does not affect story, and incomplete. So it has several pieces missing, or 1 piece missing, 2 reattached, and you know, and the cover reattached on 2 places in the covers reattached, 3 places in the comic was reattached. But I bought this for $500. And I knew it coming in as 0.5. I graded it right away. But now I can touch it and it won't fall apart on me. But yeah, I would never sell it anyway. But even if I did, I could get my money's worth out of it. For sure. So, yep, low grade's better than no grade. The only complaint that I have about 0.5s is I'd rather have the 0. I'd rather have it 0.5, not just 0.5, because it looks awkward, you know, with just a 0.5. You know, a 0.5 would have at least balance between 2 numbers, you know, kind of a thing. So that's my opinion. So, but yep. Like I said, my green goblin, coverless ASM 1. You know, again, you're not gonna get a book. You're not gonna get a solid, complete book. You know, or it's not complete. It's page 12 is missing, but it doesn't affect the story. So, you know, so like I said, it's a 1 page missing, but doesn't affect the story. But it's ASM 1. Good luck finding, you know, an ASM 1. Yeah, it stands for no grade or not graded, you know, not graded, yeah. Yeah, no grade just because it is coverless. CGC won't grade a coverless book or a single page. But I plan on cracking it and sending it to PGX here with this reproduction cover. And so I will get a 0.5 PGX. I emailed the company and, you know, it was confirming, looking all over. So this cover will be on it. It'll protect the pages from direct sunlight, and it'll give it nice cover, a nice appeal, you know, with the grade. So yeah, any coverless cover cannot grade more than a 0.3. But yeah, but I believe it was you know, PGX, you know, they did say they would give it a 0.5. So, you know, the lowest grade or the highest grade it could get. So at least I believe so, according to that. But anyway, like I said, they'll at least give it a good grade. So I look forward to it. So can't wait. Yep. So that's about it. So again, nothing else to really talk about. If you guys saw the Knockout episode 1 a few weeks ago, come back on Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, where I'll be doing episode 2, Fantastic Four versus X-Men Gold against Southern Comic Geek. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a lot more of a challenge for me this time, since I won't be thoroughly not as knowledgeable as I was in the Spider-Man. So, could you have a VG copy of ASM1, but it would still be not graded? Yeah, well, I believe so. Yeah, if it's not graded, it's a NG according to CGC. Yeah, and again, I don't mind either. Too, you know, if I knew when it comes to books, I mean, I'm a little more. I want a certain thing, which is why I haven't pulled the trigger on ASM 129 on certain when I've seen it on certain things. But when it comes to books like ASM 1, or even hell, if I have a coverless copy of Amazing Fantasy 15, I'll be a lot more likely to get one of these books, ASM 1 or AF15 coverless, just because I know the price of it and it would control it, you know. What does it say? What do you say? Let's see. The low grade, why not use a slab that isn't sealed like the collector slabs and cases? I don't know, maybe. I may do that, I might not. The only thing about it is I like the idea of it being sealed, you know, sealed inside this. But I want the cover on it, you know, to protect, to just cover the pages, protect it from sunlight and all that. That's what I just want to do. So those collectors storage slab cases, you know, I don't know how it, you know, do unless I could seal it inside there, you know, to where no dirt or anything else gets inside. Yeah, so like I said, I don't mind spending a little extra money, you know, to get this exactly how I want it. But that's just my opinion. So of course I haven't done my research yet. Where was there? You jumped on me. Yeah, coverless ASM1. I knew you had that. Superman 2. I think I remember you having that. But yeah, Fantastic Four 1. Yep. Bunch of great books, and the only ones I'd want on that list are Superman 2 or Fantastic Four 1, because I have a facsimile graded 9.8, just so I can have it. So yeah, it keeps it from being damaged with those slabs you can open and accidentally close them. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why my thinking. Then it protects it better. So, and like I said, you can always crack it open. So as I said, I haven't sent it off, and so until I make a final decision, I'm still weighing all options in my mind. Yeah, I'm one of those guys who would rather have an interior page missing than a cover, but yeah. But like I said, when it came down to it, I couldn't pass up the chance to get an ASM 1, and I figured out a way to make it work. So I'd rather, and say, cover this book. Yes, it sucks, but I saved, at least $1,000, and from what I could tell at the time, I at least saved at least $1,000 by getting it coverless. So, and I got it, and say I choose not to have it put the cover on it. I bought it already graded, so it saved me fees, for sending it off somewhere else. If I chose not to put the reproduction cover on it. So, yeah, no wrong way to collect, as I was talking about when I was opening my ASM 129 reprint. I call my for those of you who know Harry Potter, I call my collection the Half-Blood, my collecting style the Half-Blood collection for ASM, because I have the pure covers, like this, that are first reprints of it, that belong to it. And then I have books like this that are reprints, or I have a ASM 101 second print. I vastly prefer that. The silver and the blue ASM Amazing Spider-Man. I will never get a first print 101 because I love that second print so much. So my collection is in that way. But in the future here, when I get every single issue, I may in the future slowly fill in these gaps and move from a Half-Blood, one wizard, one muggle parent to a pure all ASM 1 or ASM first print like this. So who knows what the future holds, but for now, there's no wrong way to collect, and I collect how I want. So, and like I said, yeah, it just means, I got this book here, and if I choose never to upgrade, I got a copy of ASM 129 9.6 for $43 shipped. So good luck finding even a coverless copy of 129 original for $40 shipped. So it works. So it depends on what you do. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a lot longer than I thought it would be. So thank you everyone for showing up. Chris, thank you for showing up. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, and chat with you. So, love watching his videos. The grade reveals for from PGX are always fun. That's what she said. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun. So thank you everyone for hanging out. It was a blast. So I don't think I will be doing a video until at least Monday. It'll be episode 9 of my series, My Collection. I'll be doing my collection of the Freedom Fighters. The group, the Freedom Fighters in comics. So it'll be that's what I'll be doing. So I have a few of those comics, and it'll be fun to do. So I just bought the last 2 books of a 12-part mini run of the Freedom Fighters. I loved it. I love that whole the Nazi wins World War II angle, and just the the counter history just was fascinating. So, all right. So see you guys on Monday for the next episode of My Collection, and on Thursday we'll be doing the next episode 2 of the Knockout. So please come and watch that video, because you are very important in the video. It's the audience who decides who had the better argument and who won. So I don't decide, and Southern Comic Geek doesn't decide. It is the audience in the chat who decides who would win the fight, the Fantastic Four or X-Men Gold. So if you guys have some time Thursday night, please stop by and hang out, and vote. So I'll see you guys then. Happy collecting, everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.